next piece to think about is that balance is a verb. We want to make sure that we're actively balancing so that we're giving a good message to the dog, but also just so we don't fall over. What you can do is attach your leash to something stationary, like a fence or a pole, or you can actually have another person hold it and then actively practice tug of war with them. So you're in your basic position, and then what you do is you want your one foot to be parallel to the leash, so it's basically pointing directly at the dog. Your other foot is going to be planted behind you in this way, so it's perpendicular to the leash. And then you also want to have your knees be soft. Throughout the time that you're walking the dog, you want your knees to stay soft, which means slightly bent. The bigger the dog, the more that you might need to drop down low in order to get really good balance. The other thing is if the dog is pulling against you, that you want your elbow to be in. So tuck your elbow in, that'll give you good strength there. And then we're usually letting the leash slide through for a slow stop, so we're not suddenly putting pressure on the leash for the dog or for you. The other piece, so we've got our low center of gravity, we've got our feet pointed in perpendicular direction here, and most of the weight then is on our back leg. So the more the dog is pulling, the more the weight is going to go on that back leg, and then that way we have good balance, and then as we loosen the leash, we'll go back to a vertical position and we can relax our legs from there. The other thing that you can do in terms of balance is called a balance leash. That's from T-Touch. And basically what you do is you have, so the leash is attached to the collar of the dog or the harness, and then you just basically take this piece and bring it to the front of the dog. So we've got another point of contact so that you can put some gentle pressure to go up, not backwards, but up, and then melt that pressure as the dog slows down. Anytime you stop the dog, you want it to be really gentle whenever possible, and that once they are fully stopped, you relax the leash. You meet and melt, as they say in T-Touch. And I am not a T-Touch practitioner. We do have T-Touch and BAT as a webinar here in the school, so you can check that out to learn more about the balance leash. I also recommend checking out the wraps. It talks about the wraps that you can use in that course as well, or find a T-Touch practitioner near you. So definitely work on your balance without your dog so that you're able to hold them whenever you need to. And obviously practice in places where you're not finding that you need to use brute strength.